Allah commands the angels to take two souls shaped by the secret of Kaf and insert them into the fertilization point within the maternal womb. These angels, adhering to their initial configuration, Alif, Lam, Mim, undertake their sacred procession toward the maternal womb. However, in accordance with the divine laws of the creative process, their descent does not occur in their usual configuration, but under the supreme expression Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, enveloping and accompanying the two souls shaped by Kaf. When the time comes to initiate the process of separating the embryonic fertilization point, as previously taught, one of the angels would normally intervene to perform this division. However, at this precise moment, a new command from Allah manifests, ordering the one who was to separate to suspend its action and limit itself to supervision. It is thus forbidden for it to intervene in the separation process, leaving the decision-making role to the other two angels. This celestial pivot is determined by divine will. The angel designated to separate, whether it be Mim, Lam, or Alif, receives the order to remain inactive, while the other two angels must continue the mission. In this specific case, the two angels designated to intervene will be the angel of Alif and the angel of Lam, who will be assigned the role of action in the fertilization point. From then on, the fertilization point remains intact, not being divided as in the usual process. In this singular configuration, the two souls shaped by the secret of Kaf are inserted directly and simultaneously into the same embryonic point without prior separation. Thus, this process fundamentally differs from the one previously taught concerning the birth of twins. Unlike the latter, where a separation of the fertilization point is performed here, no prior division takes place. Consequently, the angel of Alif and the angel of Lam are assigned the mission of simultaneously inserting the two souls shaped by the secret of Kaf into the same fertilization drop, without there being a dissociation of the two spiritual entities from the outset. Once this simultaneous insertion is accomplished, it does not hinder the natural progression of the pregnancy. However, this mode of operation leads to a side effect, which must be noted with attention. It is imperative to clarify that this explanation pertains to the divine process and not to a scientific interpretation. This side effect manifests during the childbirth of the woman in question. Due to the original configuration of the process, the children born will be what are known as conjoined twins or Siamese twins, twins physically fused from birth. Why this fusion? At the moment when the angel usually tasked with separating the fertilization point receives the divine order to suspend its intervention and limit itself to supervision, a subtle but crucial consequence occurs. The two souls, although inserted into the same fertilization point, embryo, do not benefit from the biological individualization that separation would have established. This decree entirely escapes scientists, for it is Allah who creates human beings according to His wisdom and omniscience. Thus, when the time of birth arrives, although the two children are distinct in their spiritual essence and individual existence, they appear physically attached to one another. With the evolution of medicine and surgical advancements, Allah has granted humanity a science that allows for the separation of conjoined twins after birth. This medical capability, although derived from human knowledge, remains a gift from Allah within the framework of perfecting the understanding of the mysteries of creation. However, this medical intervention remains uncertain, as its outcome always depends on divine will. Thus, when doctors proceed with the surgical separation of conjoined twins, several scenarios may arise. The operation is a complete success, and both children survive and develop individually. The operation results in a tragedy, leading to the loss of one child. The outcome is even more dramatic, with both children succumbing to the separation.